have the beautiful Amy with me. It's Monday night. We talk on Mondays, don't we, Amy? And poor Amy never thinks, oh, I'm just going to be on some videos. But this was quite a good video, wasn't it?
It was.
I mean, I hope it doesn't offend anybody. They haven't got the biggest subscriber. I need to go and gripe, actually. And, but I would say that they've got it.
Definitely. They have got it.
Yeah, it might upset a few people, but I even wonder whether the wig and everything was something to do with it, you know, the times.
Yes.
Anyway, I just think he's got it. I thought that was quite funny. Maybe it won't make other people laugh, but it made me and you laugh a bit, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your thoughts then, Amy?
Yeah, I think he really does have the right idea. It's just horrible what they want to do, and all in the name of they say it's for climate change, but it's all about control. They just want to control everything and everybody.
Exactly right, Amy. We're not allowed to have our own thoughts or be individual. They basically have joined us into a boot camp.
Yes, it's just horrible.
And then they say this happens there and this happens there, and you've got no way of proving it. And then you find out that about 95% of it's all a load of rubbish anyway. It doesn't happen.
Right.
I was telling Jimbo, because I was watching that one about the media. Do you remember the one when they're actually talking about deepfakes? And the guy goes, well, you can't tell the difference between a good one, a bad one. Do you remember that video I did? And then they mentioned war in it. And they were talking about deepfake, and then they mentioned going to war with Iran, which never happened, thank goodness, but it wouldn't, would it? They just liked the drama.
Oh, right.
And I was showing Jimbo, like, it was... I actually asked you on the video, because I had a few problems on there, because it was copyrighted. But, you know that Davis Jr., what is he, you know, what is the Johnny Depp lot?
Yeah.
Do you remember which actor that is? Something Junior he is.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
That's it, him. There's someone else that looks like him as well, playing the part. But basically, do you remember when they're walking somewhere and there's just some tape on the floor, and then they put the green screen over the top with the pictures, and he's outside and there's a hole in the road, and they put Buckingham Palace in, and they did a blow up of a train, and it's like, this is what they're doing to you every day. It's not just the sin, you know, Hollywood that's doing it to the films. This is how they treat us.
It is.
You know, they had to show us with that hurricane that went over Florida that the trees were bending over just to give that extra bit of, oh my God. I mean, they kind of did it to us, remember? They gave us those warnings, and actually it hit Scotland.
Oh, wow.
It was a bit bad here. It was quite windy, but I was thinking, oh my God, we're going to lose the roof on the house or something. You know, and it just wasn't like that. It just rained a lot. So it was like having a monsoon. It just wasn't so hot. It just rained for 2 days.
Yeah, well,
anyway,
that's good.
What I'm saying is they can predict, tell everybody, batten down the hatchets, do all this, and the same thing happens again, like they told you about that hurricane, and then forgetting that when they hit land, they lose their power. But they didn't talk about Mexico having it, and Mexico got it instead. Yeah,
oh,
wow. The video. I think it's on one of my videos somewhere about Mexico getting it. Yeah. But anyway, him, I just liked his sense of humour, Amy.
Me too, Karen.
It's not that we laugh at everything, because it's not really that funny. But in the end, if you don't have a bit of sense of humour, you go freaking mad.
That's right.
But you see, this is why we didn't vote for them here in England. You know, if they're telling you it's 30% of the vote got Keir Starmer in, well, it was probably 20% then, and I'd say that was a big vote of no confidence, which they're not talking about.
Exactly.
So I like the fact when people remind us what they're trying to do to us or what it really means, and everybody's walking blind into this thinking, oh, this is such a great future. Well, it isn't.
Oh, no,
You know,
not at all.
I don't want to talk about it because I told you on here he's got a climate change thing, but the people who are changing the climate and doing that and messing with our weather is not us, is it? It's them. And that heart thing.
That's right.
And all the other things they now use to do whatever they've got to do.
Yes. And then they try to put the blame on us.
Oh yeah, it's all our fault. We've got to tax you again.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's awful.
It really is when you work it out. When you're oblivious to it all. I mean, when we first met each other, you loved Trump, didn't you? Because you thought he was a good man, a real man.
Yes.
So
that's
what?
right.
And what do you think about him now, Amy?
Now I don't trust him anymore. I know that he's just part of everything. He's part of the whole theater and the show. And yeah, I don't feel the same that I did when he first was elected.
Maybe that's the Mandela effect as well that happens when you do that. But I just like this guy's sense of humour. I just hope it doesn't offend anybody.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But he's doing it in a nice way, isn't he, Amy?
He is, that's right.
In a very sarcastic way as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything else, or do you think we should put the video on?
Oh, I think we can put the video on.
All right, my darling.
Okay.
Power to the people!
15-meter cities. Because I've always rather enjoyed the feeling of being restricted. Locked down, forbidden to move very much, continuously observed and guided with subtle government nudges and intimidation. I have to admit, I'm quite attracted to a domineering, centralized authority that penalizes me every time I misbehave. And recently I have been naughty. Anyway, I think it's good for everyone to experience submitting to the ruthless, hegemonic, unelected autocrats who know so much better what's best for us than we do. It's good to just let go and submit. I rather enjoy being pumped relentlessly with mind-numbing government propaganda around the clock, forcefully indoctrinated and coerced into a cold, rationalist, secular belief system where I relinquish all control and allow the media to just fill my mind with everything they want to put into it. Then I have a feeling of empowerment. Do you want to know what really excites me? Drives me wild, shall I tell you? It's something called United Nations Agenda 2030. If I allow myself to just drift off and imagine our great leaders, supreme unelected autocrats, congregating to fashion their long-range plans to subjugate the planet with that cold, calculated, domineering logic, I get a tingly feeling, knowing that I'm just an insignificant data point in an unfathomably vast socioeconomic system I can't possibly hope to understand with my small brain. Some say that mass surveillance is controversial. But you know, some of us actually quite enjoy being watched while we do everything. Apparently, I have a whole bank of cameras built into that wall there to scrutinize my every move at all times for my safety. Every twitch is monitored mandatorily. It's mind-blowing. So all in all, I love being instructed on how to live better by the clever people who punish me so that they can change the climate change from changing. And when everyone's been rearranged inside 15-meter cities, there will be no more climate change. And finally, those sweet polar bears can range free on the ice once more. I adore polar bears. Maybe I could buy one. Shopping is easy inside my 15-meter city. If I want to buy something, I just swipe my head across the panel and everything arrives, dropped in by drone. Today, I own this complete meal in a bottle. It's a nutritionally complete meal in a bottle. It's called Mule. It's a nutritionally complete meal in a bottle. Social interactions happen virtually via the VR headset, which is really exciting. If I want to meet someone in another country, we can do it all in the virtual. But sometimes we talk too much. That's when we have to be silenced. But you know what? I'll tell you a secret. I like it when people want to silence me. Gagging orders. Who needs freedom of speech when you can have hypnotically indoctrinated mind control forced into your unconscious, resulting in predictable, homogenized groupthink? Personal opinions are so old-fashioned. You see, the problem with personal opinions is they're just too personal. They're not really scientific. If you want to have proper personal opinions, you can just ask AI, which will give you perfect and fashionable personal opinions every day. And we all want to be perfect and fashionable every day, which is why we have the social credit system. The social credit system is efficient because it forces everyone to behave. And let's be honest, sometimes we're all a bit naughty, aren't we? And that's when we need to be punished by being even more restricted. But it's really easy to keep your social credit score high. Mine is 8.7, but if I take no more food or water for the next 6 days, it will go up to 8.9, and then I will be allowed to leave my room. To have 3 minutes actual physical interaction in the actual outside world with actual real people, which is kind of scary. They're also dirty. At the moment, I'm consuming insect-derived protein meals, but at 8.9, I'll be allowed to have plant-based meat, which is really exciting. It's good for us to have our diets restricted by the wealthy anonymous bureaucrats, because it teaches us about sharing and caring. Soylent. Of course, if I try to leave my city, my 15-meter city, without permission, do you know what happens? I get a tiny electric shock through this. It's kind of fun. Apparently, if you do that 5 times, this starts to tighten. Well, I haven't tried that yet, but I do want to. You only live once. But for me, 15 meters is more than enough. Take care and watch that social credit score.